Greetings, sports fans, ASMR Sports. Back in your business. It's been a while. I've been pretty busy here with playoff baseball, sick children, the usual tennis madness. And all the other things I fill my days with, so apologies for a lack of videos. I have been kind of thinking, what do I want to do my next video on, and I knew I had a bunch of Pokemon stuff that I wanted to get to, and also talk about, because there's a lot going on in the Pokemon world. It seems like there's a lot of energy, a lot of excitement about Pokemon stuff these days. There's a new set coming out in November. Is it November? Or is it later this month? But the next set, Searching Sparks, is supposed to be a good one. A lot of really cool cards in there, and more kind of, I think, sought after cards, more hyped up cards in that set than in any other set in the current era of Pokemon, which began, I think, kind of the end of last year, or maybe the very beginning of this year. But so there's a lot of excitement about that. Other products in the Pokemon world, like Pokemon 151, which is a set that came out not that long ago, I think 3-4 months ago. There's a card in that that's going for, in PSA 10, like $750, and is kind of doubled in price in about a 2-month period. So that's pretty nuts. Consequently, all that stuff is going up in price, and you can still find, packs of that Pokemon 151 at MSRP if you put a little effort into it. I have not been sort of actively seeking, but if I see it out in the world, like if I'm at Best Buy as I was a couple weeks ago, I'll certainly pick up some stuff there. But yeah, I'm just kind of hanging on to that for now. I'm tempted to do like a video where I open some of it. And in the last few weeks, I've gotten kind of interested in Japanese Pokemon, which you've got here. I was actually just showing my daughter my Paradise Dragona stuff that I have. This is a set that's got some of the cards that are going to be in that Searching Sparks set, but get them a little bit earlier in the Japanese releases. So we were opening some of those packs, maybe got through about half that box before it was time to go to bed, and pulled these guys. And I have to say, I opened a full box of that stuff on a video when I got this a few weeks ago maybe, and I think I got like the best card that you can get, or at least the most valuable one, Alicia's Appeal. And I think I paid about $50, like $49, or I think it was like $48.99 for my box of these. And I've recently come across a dude out in New York who is doing some wholesaling of Japanese Pokemon cards, so I might be placing a order for some more of that stuff, as well as potentially several other Japanese sets. And kind of get into that game. There's sort of an increasing number of, but not a large number, but an increasing increasing number of, online resellers who are specializing in Pokemon Japanese products, which are, a little bit tricky because there's sort of, I don't know, an aura of, shadiness around Japanese Pokemon. So, people want to be very careful about where they get that stuff from, and it's also been hard to get into the United States, because it's only supposed to be sold in Pokemon. You can't get it, you can't get Pokemon Japan to ship it to you directly, so basically you have to wait for people to go into the business of basically taking a bunch of stuff they buy in Japan, shipping it all to the US, and then distributing it to folks like me who want to then resell it to end customers. So that's taken a while, and it's starting to kind of get a little easier to get some of that stuff. But I don't know, Japanese Pokemon is pretty fun. I mean, those boxes generally are going to be $30 to $50 a piece when they come out. All of the sets are going to be out. The cards in Japanese are always going to be out earlier than the cards in the English sets, so you have kind of a preview. And so far my experience has been that, I don't know, the Japanese boxes are just super fun to open, especially when, you spent whatever, $45 on it. And I pulled a $60 raw card out of it as my first attempt, so that, I'm probably showing some favoritism towards the product for that reason. But in this second box I've opened, a ton of these cool cards. I don't know what they call these. These are I think double rares, but they have the sort of rainbowy kind of background and border. And these are pretty tough to pull, I think, out of US stuff, but I don't know, I've been getting a lot of them out of Japanese, so maybe there's just more hits there. I don't know, could be wrong. Anyways, so that's kind of what I've been thinking about working on. I've also been, I will tell you, really trying to think, do I want to start a second channel doing Pokemon stuff? And if I do I want it to be ASMR, at least intentional ASMR, or do I want to not really play that aspect up on the channel? But I don't know, I've got a lot of Pokemon stuff, and I don't know, I would like to make videos of it probably more frequently than I want to post on this channel, so I've been thinking about that. These cards you see here are cards that I pulled from a collection that a friend of mine, I just realized how damaged this one is. A friend of mine gave me to look through. Her kids had these cards when they were, younger, and the collection kind of spans the first, 3 or 4 years of Pokemon. And there's nothing really too crazy in there. There was a bunch of base set, the first base set stuff in here, and in that set, and I kind of pulled out the ones that were, the more popular, just base Pokemons that seemed like they might grade 8s, if I'm lucky, and then be worth $40 or something. But yeah, I sent in a batch of cards for grading with those in them, and then a few of my more modern Pokemon pulls. But then I was going through the collection again to try to pull out stuff that's worth kind of sleeving. These things were all in binders, so I felt like they should probably be in a little bit better protection. But yeah, so the cards I pulled out are all rares, so they got the little star there. And then I was noticing a lot of these have the first edition stamp, but they're not from the first 3 sets. So I don't know if the first edition stamp, in sets after the first 3 sets has significance or additional value. But basically I pulled anything that said first edition, and that was a star, rare. There was a lot of trainers that met that description, as you can see. Oh, and then, so I haven't looked up the values of any of these, so if you're a Pokemon expert and one says promo on it, so I'm guessing that this came, in a tin or something, or a, premium collection box that had a promo in it. That one says promo 2, but I have noticed sometimes looking at prices that promo cards can be quite valuable. Of course, none of the promo cards I have are worth, dog spit, because they're from modern boxes, but I figure maybe some of these older ones could have some value, but I've yet to look these up. I just wanted to kind of show them to you guys. So there's another one that says promo. Joel Dion, first edition one there. How do I pull this one? I guess it's just a star. That's the first edition. And this one is kind of cool. It says pre-release on there, and it's a hollow. So maybe that's got some value, and then I just kind of pulled out any hollows as well. So yeah, at some point I'll look these up. I don't know if people are interested in seeing what these are going for. I can certainly make a video of that. So a lot of just regular hollows there. These cards are pretty beat up, so like not a ton of value, most likely, unless I've got something really rare, but I don't think I do. These are also kind of from that collection, and actually this one I looked up, it had something like, I think maybe like a $30 or $40 value raw. So this could be one of the better cards in that box, or in that binder collection. Giovanni's Gyarados. And some more hollows. So, yeah, that's kind of a Pokemon update. I also wanted to mention that. So these tins are the tins that came. I've got two of these here. One is this smaller red one, and one is this larger blue one. And I've been thinking about these tins because they are the tins that came in the 3-pack of Pokemon stuff that Costco was selling bundled with the Pokemon 151 Elite Trainer boxes. So I bought a bunch of those, and I've been thinking about like trying to or just opening up the 3-packs and storing away the Elite Trainer boxes of 151, which now are. So I paid for those 3-packs, so for these 2 tins and an Elite Trainer box of 151, I think it was like $72.99. So $73. The Pokemon 151 Elite Trainer boxes are now upwards of like $85, $90. So basically, they pay for the box, or the package, the collection, including tax, and then these are just, kind of free. So I don't know if I'm gonna keep many of them or any of them, in the three box collection. They're kind of bulky that way, so I might just keep the Elite Trainer boxes, and then kind of try to get rid of these, or I don't know, store them separately or something. I don't know. My daughter, my 7-year-old, also known as ASMR Girl, on this channel, has kind of gotten into Pokemon. Although, understandably, her favorite thing is opening packs, and it's funny because I don't think she really appreciates that. There are cards you can get in those packs that are worth quite a bit, and you kind of need to be careful with them, and maybe not just put them in stacks unprotected all over the house. But she does like opening packs, and I like opening packs, so, we're probably going to open a lot of packs together. And I'm asking myself, like, where am I going to get some packs that I don't mind opening? Because I got a lot of sealed booster boxes and sealed cases and stuff like that I don't want to crack into. But these would probably be a little easier to crack into. What the hell you do with like 8 million of these tins if you do that, I could not tell you. But anyways, I think I looked at the pricing of these on TCG Player, and I think this one was like $14 or something. And that, I don't know if that, I gotta think that doesn't include shipping, because these are probably not that cheap to ship. I'm sure it would cost you, $6, $7, $8 to ship that in a box. So I was thinking about putting like a price of $11 on these. These have 4 packs, so that's actually like basically a wholesale price for those packs. Because wholesale, basically, when I buy like booster boxes, well, let's do the math, shall we, folks? Let's do the math. If I get a booster box wholesale, now this assumes that I'm not paying like shipping or credit card fees or blah blah blah, which sometimes I do. Basically, like I think, well, let's see. So like Surging Sparks, the most recent set, I think the boosters were like $95 from a distributor, and that's undoubtedly a price that's set by the Pokemon Company. So I'm sure it's the same everywhere at my distributor, versus any other. So if I get those at $95, and those are 36 packs in there, I am paying $2.63 per pack. So that's the cheapest that you are going to see a pack ever anywhere, pretty much. And again, I pay actually a little bit more than that, because I pay like credit card fee on all my orders, because they charge that, and processing fees for the order, which adds a little bit to that. So basically, I'm not going to ever see a pack of Pokemon cards for cheaper than $2.64. Again, you go to Target, it's $5, plus tax for a pack of cards, and really every other pack from any other place is going to be somewhere in between that number. And by the way, I think that like $4.99 times 36 is probably where you get the 160 or so. That actually it's 179.64 or so. It's even more expensive than if you buy the booster boxes from Pokemon Center at their retail price, which is like $160. So anyways, yeah. So $2. I forget what was that. Sorry. So $2.64 is about as cheap as I can get a pack of Pokemon cards on this universe. Although those Japanese cards, you get like 24 packs, I think, right? Yeah, I think there's 24 packs in a box. I'm looking at the box here. I recall this not saying, but actually, I think it's some weird number. It's like 30 packs or something you get. So, you pay $40 for this, you're paying like $1, and change for that pack. So actually, those are cheap. Maybe I should make the kids open all Japanese packs. But, so $2, what do we say? God, I keep forgetting. Is it $2.64? Is the cheapest you'll get a pack, and these are 4 packs. So let's see if I did sell these for $11. That is $2.75 a pack. That's a dang cheap pack. And you're also getting a promo that's absolutely worthless. I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else in here. Yeah, promo. And then the code card. So anyways, solid deal there. And then these have, I think, 5 packs. So, yeah, 5 packs, so 14 for that. It's basically going to be right around the same, so 14 divided by 5 equals 280. Yeah, so 280 instead of 275. So, suffice to say, if I sell these for that price, those will be some pretty dang cheap packs. So I want to open these up and see what we get. Just to completely F my profit margin from the get. I sell these, but you know what? You gotta open some packs in life. Don't you? I did look at that. Well, I've opened these before, and I also, even before I opened, I looked at what packs are in here. And I recall they're pretty solid packs. Maybe there's like one Scarlet and Violet base or something like that. You know, actually, that promo's not terrible. I mean, it is like a full art. Boom. Take a closer look. So they're actually not a terrible promo, but still got no value whatsoever. All right, so. Paldea Evolved. Great set. Very popular right now. These are good. I mean, these boxes are like, even though they just did a big restock, the prices on these are holding strong. By the way, my distributor was, like all distributors really of Pokemon, had a deal on these where basically they were selling at like the original distributor price, which would be like, you know, like $92 a box or something. And they made them available if you bought like some other things. I think they were like, you know, these kind of tins or something. But you got those at wholesale price too, so it was actually a perfectly fine deal. So you had to buy like a case of the, you know, the less good product. I can speak good English, but you know, you had to buy the one thing that they were trying to kind of offload for each case of Paldea Evolved, and I was gonna order a bunch of, I requested a bunch of them, but yeah, basically I got hosed, and they couldn't come up with them, and so that sucked. But I have to tell you, I have a lot of this already because I ordered a bunch of this like before the restock even happened, and I got a semi-decent price. But these booster boxes are like 140, so if I could do 140 divided by 36, packs are $3.88, you know, right now. So what you'd pay for one of these in a booster box. There's two of them. Silver Tempest is pretty sweet because it's Sword and Shield, so solid packs there. Oh wow, so these are actually all good packs. Man, I don't know, I'm starting to rethink. Maybe I shouldn't sell these and just kind of keep these around, I don't know. Again, you know, Sword and Shield is the prior era, so these are drying up, they're harder to get, they're kind of slowly but surely going up in price. I mean, these are probably $4 packs at this point. And again, these are like $3.88, so like, yeah, to pay $2.80 a pack for these bad boys sealed up in the box is pretty dang sweet. Pretty dang sweet. I've also thought about just like kind of opening all this kind of stuff up, keeping the packs around to do like, you know, rip and ship videos where people can order individual packs, 1 or 2 or 3 or 8. And then I open them on a stream and ship them on out. If I could have a variety of packs that, you know, came from sealed stuff, which is the only kind I'd really ever want to sell, that would be good. So these are, again, you know, 5 very solid packs from these products. So let's see what we can get here. Sandeel, Swirlix, Mariani, Indeedee. Alright, is that a shiny? It's weird because the pattern is new to me. I have not seen one like that, but I think this is a shiny. So that's pretty cool. That might have $3-4 of value. Cobalion, Donphan, Duosion, and Whale Lord. Okay. That was Silver Tempest number 1. This is Silver Tempest number 2. esports, so I'm pretty sure that Paldea Evolved, the big card, is the Magikarp, full art, or art rare, or whatever they call it, worker. Alright, what do we got? Reshiram V. Alright, so that's a decent card, it's probably like 50 cents. I think I'm starting to get a kind of a better sense of, what cards are valuable and what are not, and, the cards that are the V cards, single star, generally are not going to have much value. Alright, last of the Silver Tempest. So Silver Tempest was, I think, the set that I kept on. Like, there's a lot of Silver Tempest in these kinds of tins and premium boxes and stuff. And so I had opened a fair bit of it, all packs from those kinds of products, those sort of mixed bag products. And I went the longest time without getting anything good, like any even V card, rare card, any kind of anything rarer than a hollow. I couldn't pull, but then one time I did finally get one, and maybe that broke the streak here, and we've already got one quote-unquote pull out of that. So there you go. That's the Silver Tempest. Let's do the Paldea Evolve. Alright, so we're on to the gray borders of Scarlet and Violet era. Citadel, Shroodle, Phalanx, Electrode. I think I see a head back there. Pincurchin, Talonflame, Luminous Energy, and Bellybot EX. Looks like a double rare. That might have a little value to it. I mean, I don't know who the heck Billy Bolt is. Not heard of him, but looks nicely centered. And the back is pretty clean too there, so that might be a grading candidate. Some sleeves here. So that's a pretty solid one right there. Pretty solid. Okay. So we're doing pretty dang good, I have to say, with this tin. I think these tins are going for like $17 plus shipping on TCG Player. I'm gonna look these up. Looks like we got a hollow coming. Tadbulb, Frigidbex, Tandemaus, Neckley, Electra. So I only have like a small handful of Pokemon stuff on my site, hotcardboard.com, your source for all the cardboard you wish to purchase in the world. But I have a lot of things that I could put up there, and I might try to do that sometime soon, but I've really been saying that to myself in my brain for, 6 years. Actually, I haven't had the site that long, but if I did, that's how long I would have been saying it. Yeah, I really do want to get a bunch of stuff up there. In fact, I think maybe I'll do some videos of me just kind of listing things on the site so you can kind of see as I add them, how I go about like pricing them. I also need to do price adjustments. It's very manual how I do my pricing on the site, because there's really nothing automated about it. I literally have to look at a list of like whatever 200, 300 items I've got on the site and look up the prices, see if they changed, and adjust. It's pretty insane. So actually, if you see anything that I'm selling and you want me to beat, what you could probably do on eBay, I'm happy to do that. Alright, Koraidon. There's semi-decent promo here that I'm sure has no value whatsoever. But looks pretty cool. Only $28. It's a great deal on these packs. And it's also $28 of like pure profit because, again, the 151 ETBs have basically covered the cost of the thing, so pretty sweet deal all around. Glad I was able to pick up a bunch of these before they disappeared. Alright, Snorunt, Fletchling, they also had, at the same time they had with those 151 ETB, triple pack things. They had a similar product that had the Crown Zenith ETBs, and those right now, and they were the same price, so they're both $72.99. So those triple packs with the Crown Zenith ETBs were selling for $72.99, and right now the Crown Zenith ETBs I think are charitably they're about $50. So you're probably still a little bit underwater on the price. There's Raichu, Toxic Croak on those, so those definitely have not panned out yet, but they might. I do think Crown Zenith is going to be, a very, it's funny because, I've only collected Pokemon in the current era of cards, of Pokemon, like the Scarlet and Violet era. So I don't really know kind of what, the market felt like for some of the sets. Back in the time when they were out, like Evolving Skies is the most valuable set from the prior era called Sword and Shield. And there was like whatever 10 Sword and Shield sets, and now there's going to be 10 or so probably Scarlet and Violet sets. But I've watched enough kind of content where people talk about that stuff, and I know that like Evolving Skies was kind of a trash product by many people's standards, and the booster boxes were going for like less than what they MSRP'd at out of the gate, or what they sold for out of the gate, which is always lower than MSRP. But now they're $700 or so a piece. So that was a set that I don't think people were that excited about at the time. I think we got something coming. No, I was looking at the code card there. But that was a set where I think, when it was available for cheap, people didn't really think it was going to do well. But then kind of, one of the cards in there sort of caught fire, and all of a sudden it's the most popular set in the era. So I think it's hard. I think Pokemon collectors find it hard to know what set's going to blow up. That's why a lot of them just buy every set. So they have unopened boxes of every set, so that when the one inevitably goes up, like a rocket, they've got some of that. They've also got the other boxes, but those have not gone up so much, but they have gone up probably a little bit. So, a lot of people just kind of diversify. They kind of buy everything. Got a plain hollow. So yeah, I try to get a feel for, sort of how things will go with the current era based on, listening to what longtime collectors say about what happened in prior eras. And hopefully that tells me what's going to be of interest, 5 years down the road from this era of products, this Scarlet and Violet era. But maybe not. Who knows? Frigibacks. Oh yeah, we got something. I think we got double damage coming up. Tandemaus, Sprigatito, Magnemite, Dendra, Palosand, Raichu, Oranguru. Alright, what do we got? rarity. Oh, I thought we were going to have one of those double kind of full arts, but yeah, pretty sweet. I'll take it. It's definitely a solid hit, but I feel like I've seen that one before. It's not worth anything, but I might be wrong. So both of those tins, just 4 and 5 packs respectively, yielded, double rare cards, which I have to say is pretty dang good. Because you can definitely go, 4 or 5 packs into a booster box and not get those pulls, or pulls of that rarity. So, yeah, I don't know. I like these tins. I'm kind of thinking I want to open a bunch more now. But I don't know, maybe not, especially because they're, it's how playing with the house's money. So yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the dose of Pokemon. Again, I'm thinking about maybe doing a channel that's Pokemon content, primarily or exclusively. I'm just not sure what format that would be. I sort of like the idea of just doing everything ASMR, maybe not whispered like this, but some form of ASMR. But I do think the Pokemon people would be much more open to ASMR, since they are probably much more in tune with the trends of YouTube, which, clearly ASMR is one of those trends. Whereas sports, some people are just into sports and they kind of, do YouTube occasionally, and then they see a guy whispering or they hear a guy whispering, they're like, why are you whispering? It's weird. I'm scared. Someone call my mommy. And that's no fun. So, that's what we got for today, folks. Hope you're doing well. Probably be back with some sports cards soon. But yeah, that's what I'm up to. Alright, have a great one, everybody. Hope you're doing fantastic. And enjoying the changing seasons and the rising stock market. Alright, have a great one. Bye now.